winner of the Chortle Best Newcomer Award and Next Big Thing nominee. Rolling Stone said he was surely on the road to stardom. He's taken a detour to this podcast. It's Paddy Young.
It's Paddy Young with one of the most impressive intros we've had on this podcast.
And I'm looking at the first question. How are you?
That's always worrying, isn't it, when the producer has to put in there, how are you?
I'm alright, thanks. You're
And it's even more worrying when I forgot to say it.
No, I've written down I'm alright, thanks. So that's good.
Our producers have got to know us, and they're like, these guys just have no rapport with any guest they have on. Make sure you ask them how they are. For God's sake, be nice to them.
Welcome to the No Eye Contact podcast.
Next bullet point. You alright?
Yeah, thanks.
You have taken a bit of a detour to get here, haven't you? We sort of took you around the houses today. This is the third venue that I proposed to you.
First one very close to the house. Second one alright. This one cunted me a little bit. Can you say that on this? That'll be fine.
Yeah, but absolutely.
It
was very much It was a Goldilocks situation of pub quiz pod venues. I'm really sorry about that. But you're here, and potentially about to embark in the best pub quiz online format that there is, or are there better?
Well, I did do another pub quiz podcast.
I thought we were the only one.
Oh, T.
Well, I thought it was you because my good friend Dan Tiernan, I saw him in a clip of this, and I was like, "Oh, this is funny." And I like those boys who did that. And then I just get a thing saying, "Hey, it's Joe. Do you want to do this pub quiz podcast?" I went, "Oh yeah, nice one, Joe." I thought Joe was one of you two, but Joe's a website, and it's where you have to go and beat an egghead.
Bloody hell! Did you beat the egghead?
No.
Which egghead was it? Was it the
Kevin
from the show Eggheads?
Yeah.
It can't be one-on-one, surely.
No, it was me and Ed Knight, who I do a lot of stuff with.
Yeah.
It was us two against him. And I didn't know. Yeah, God, I just did no research. I could have got here, and this could have been anything, fellas. Honestly, this could have been anything, and I think that's on me.
We've got a bit of a group chat, myself and Jake and the producers Connor and Sam, and we were like, "Oh, we'd love to get Paddy on. We'd love to get Paddy on." So Jake was like, "Okay, I'll message him." Jake messaged him and sent a screenshot into the chat of he'd messaged you going, "Would you want to come on our podcast?" And you replied going, "I'm already on this." And we were all just
someone already booked you.
We were all just like scratching our heads like,
Well, I thought I'd been fired because you were booked on a day that I wasn't booked to do the show. So I was like, "They've got a new host. What other Asian is Nick Mohammed doing this? What's happening here?" But you're here.
I am here. Yeah.
So tell me, do you? I mean, look. That intro shows you're a bloody busy guy, right? Do you have time to go to a pub quiz?
I haven't for a while. I've got a sort of a checkered past with them. I've very.
Banned from some.
Banned from some. Yeah. Thought they were one thing. Actually went to another pub quiz. I always love the idea of a pub quiz. Yeah. I love any sort of activity which is sort of a loose activity in which basically you're allowed to do that alongside catching up with people, because sometimes just being with your friends is boring, but then doing things like bowling, which I had to do last weekend, it's actually the worst thing to hang out with people because someone's always stepping back and then coming back. With things like pub quiz or pool or like even played Cub, that game where you throw pieces of wood at each other. KUBB, it's like an old Viking game.
No.
Anyway,
I that split that was in your face, mate.
Well, they're all games that I'm rubbish at, but I like the idea of. So I always go in optimistic and then lose every single time. There was one we did when I lived in Manchester, and there was these really clever guys that run it. I bet someone who's watching this will know it. There are these two really clever guys that run it. And
where is it in Manchester?
In Manchester, it was called Sandbar. I think they were called the Two Barrys or the Barry Brothers. I can't remember. But the people,
the two Barrys coming in.
Yeah. But the
to know to you.
Oh yeah.
Two Barrys, they're brothers as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it was a television show.
Oh, got that wrong as well. Anyway, the people that were in there was this team that won every time. That were, like people that go every week.
Yeah,
team of like 8, and you'd walk into the pub and there'd be 8 men around a table reading books. So before the pub quiz, they're not chatting and catching up.
Yeah, because one of them's on listophobias, one of them's on star signs, one of them's on capital cities, and they're like, right, get these all sorted.
But they might not even be doing that. I actually think they're just reading.
What, for pleasure?
Yeah, I think they'd
be doing it if the quiz wasn't on.
Yeah. Before the quiz is on, they've met to do it, but they want to read their books.
We've exposed a little sort of lack of sophistication on this pod.
Do you ever see them people who like turn up like? I remember seeing like women in pubs before, sat around in a social knitting. I've seen that. Knitting whilst chatting.
But that's all right.
But that what I'm saying is it the same as when they're reading? Are they still sort of having a chat, being like, "How was How was it last weekend, Colin? It became
No,
a boot.
I think it isn't that because if it wasn't for a pub quiz, if it wasn't for a quiz, these people would still be they'd be in their basement.
They wouldn't have it. Yeah,
It's a bit-
take each other.
They're begrudgingly out of their pod.
See, whereas I'm more pub rather than quiz. These lot are more
Definitely.
quiz rather than pub.
Yeah,
They're
absolutely.
rather, it's sort of in spite of the pub.
If it was a soup kitchen quiz, they'd be wearing top hats with holes in, and they'd be sneaking their way to the front.
That brothel's doing a quiz on Sunday. Do you want to go down? Yeah, I'll bring a book and a condom. Be good, wouldn't it?
Question 1, please sir, can I have some more?
You're reading the condom, Colin. Well, what's on my cook?
Can't read the team name on this one. Right. So Paddy, we like to ask our guests what the best fact they've heard in recent weeks has been, or it might be something that you always whip out at a party. I don't know, but what's the best bit of trivia, best little fact that you've got?
I'll be honest, nothing sprang to mind, but I did this theatre project years ago where you'd go around and it'd be like an Airstream caravan, and there would be a huge empty book, and it's called the Book of Knowledge, and people in the town would write down a piece of like a fact or a piece of information or knowledge, and then over the week, and in exchange for that, they'd get a bag of sweets. There'd be all sweets inside of it, and they could pick their sweets, and then over the course, then we'd make a little player using the facts, and then show it to the town at the end of the week. But when we did it in we basically went to a lot of stupid towns.
Sure.
You were going to say North, weren't you?
Yeah. Yeah, of course. That's the thing, is that I live in London now. I'm from Scarborough in the north. And I always hated it when I moved to London, people call us thick. And then you go to these places, you're like, we are thick. We're thick.
Mate, I'm from the West Country.
Where are you from?
Wiltshire.
Is that thick?
Is that thick? Is your one thick? Is your one thick? Yeah. Is my one?
No, mine was thick.
Your one's thick. Your one's thick.
Yeah.
No, thick, northern thick. And so it was like one of them. We went to Doncaster.
Yeah.
This van is true. That was the fact he wrote down. This van is true.
Nearly a sentence. Not quite a fact.
Not quite a fact. Not quite a sentence. Not really anything. Actually, this van is true.
And you have to make a play on it.
Yeah.
Also, this van is true is now your fact that you've submitted for this?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Then another one was Stonehenge is smaller in real life than I thought. Fact.
That is a fact, though. That is a fact. For
he or she thought it was bigger than it ended up being.
Don't whip it out at too many parties.
I'd like to take Stonehenge is smaller than I thought as our fact of the day.
Yeah.
And in terms of a team name, now look, I hands up, I run a quiz here and there. Mm-hmm. You run a quiz now and then?
I've actually run a quiz before, yeah.
Have you?
Yeah, briefly.
So you know what this is like then? Team names are just variations of quiz and jizz.
Yeah.
Is that what you got, or did you get some more interesting variations?
Yeah, it's or it's like an in-joke and you say a thing and they all go
and you're like, what?
I mean, no one else knows.
Yeah. Are you laughing at me? Don't fucking laugh at me.
Or it's something like, and the winner, So you just call it, quota list. Quota list.
Okay, quota list.
We did when we did this other one, Joe podcast, we called it Quobstance. And the host, he couldn't abide it.
Well, fuck those guys. We're going with quota list.
Yeah, is that alright?
Quota list. Is that all right? Yeah. You don't need to ask if stuff's all right. This is your This is your episode. This is your episode, Paddy. However you want to play this quiz is all about you.
Brilliant.
Quota list.
So each week we
and the rest of this you've just written swastikas.
We'll come on to that. So each week we get sent a genuine pub quiz from a UK quizmaster. This week we have a bit of a different quiz as it's been sent by a retared quizmaster.
Really?
Wow. Yeah. Retired quizmaster.
What could be you? You don't do quizzes anymore, Paddy, do you?
I guess so, yeah. I mean, I think I did two.
If Paddy sent in the quiz on the episode that he's on, that would be quite frustrating.
That would be awesome.
What's page 1 in the Book of Knowledge?
What is true? This car, this truck, this van.
Is Stonehenge bigger or smaller than I thought?
Let's think about that.
Multiple choice.
Yeah, is that before or after I saw it?
So we've got a retired quizmaster.
Yeah, and our quizmaster is Tom, and he used to run his own quizzes, but he just wanted to write one for us now. So maybe after this pod, he will consider coming out of retirement for a bit of a... what do they call it? A bit of a lap of honour? Bit of a testimonial?
I'll consider
an honorary degree. But let me ask you this. when people normally do this, they're not writing you one specially, are they? They're probably just giving you one that they've written.
Yeah.
But he says he's written this one.
He's written this one specially.
He's come out. Well, this is him coming out of retirement.
But I want to know how old this person is, because that's something that we really have to address with quizzes. Is when it's for older, because it's awful when you go to somewhere and inexplicably it's a bit of a uni quiz and all, it's all like. It's like too young, the questions.
It's not real questions.
And then sometimes it's like when you play Trivial Pursuit with someone's old Trivial Pursuit.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we went to my mate Nadia's house when she got a Trivial Pursuit out, which was like they had from the 80s. And it said, which black won Wimbledon in two... And it was, isn't that crazy?
Really?
Yeah. So how racist is it? Because I saw the Saucers and I was worried.
It is annoying, isn't it, when a quizmaster just makes it about what... I went to a quiz the other day. You'll be proud about this. I went to a pub quiz in Manchester. So there was a music round. We were like, brilliant. The bloke plugged his phone in and he went, so these are all rap songs. So there was no variation in the music. He was just a rap fan. And then even on one of them, he went, bit of a clue for you, this one's my favourite. I was like, what?
It was like...
I know that man. I know you. Which one's his favourite? You know him. He's your mate.
I'll give you a clue. I like it more than I thought it would.
So what else do we know about Tom then? Because if he's come out of retirement, I'll assume he's an old bastard. Sorry, Tom, you're not a bastard.
So now Tom does work for a chain of pubs and wanted to shout out a quiz. So we're doing shout outs now, apparently.
Right, it doesn't sound that retired then, does
No,
it?
no.
He's not retired at all.
It sounds like
Sounds
he
a bit
maybe
like
did
he
a pub
Shanghaied
quiz
us
once when he was
fellas,
at uni, and so he wants to shout out a quiz at the Rickety Press in
The
Oxfordshire.
Rickety Press.
You know,
You said that with a real smile. I can hear the smile. The
Rickety-
Rickety Press.
It was a little bit the wickedly talented Adele Gazima.
So Tom, he's come out of retirement.
He's come out of
which made us think
retirement.
he was old, but he's still working for this chain of
so
pubs.
yeah, works for a change of pubs, and he's taken his opportunity because he don't do his pub himself. We've let him go, right. You shout one out you want. He shouted out the Rickety Press in Oxfordshire, and the quiz there is run by Quizmaster John. This is getting fucking convoluted, isn't it? The quiz there is run by Quizmaster John every other Tuesday at 7:30. I don't know, so I don't know if that's on this Tuesday or next Tuesday. If it's every other.
Every other Tuesday. We're going to have one listener going on the wrong Tuesday of cycles every time. Oh, getting it wrong every time.
You can tell the success of a podcast from the scale of the ad reads.
So Tom's our quizmaster. He's retired, but he's not retired really because he still works for a chain of pubs. He wants to do a shout out for a pub. The pub he's shouting out is the Rickety Press in Oxfordshire, and the quiz at the Rickety Press in Oxfordshire is run by Quizmaster John every other Tuesday. We don't know which Tuesday at 7:30. Simple.
I think what's happened is that he's worked at the Rickety Press for a long time, and he's just been made manager now of several of the pubs in the area.
Yeah.
I reckon he's sort of mid-30s, early 40s. Still loves the thrill of like being in one location, but now he's area manager. I think that's what's happened.
And do you think that's he's too busy to do them, or do you think he's not
He's far
allowed
too
anymore?
busy.
Do you think
He's
there's a
far
bit of a conflict of?
You know a lot about the industry.
What, the pub quiz industry? Yeah, I don't think someone of his caliber, if he's running that many different pubs, can be running you can't be the head honcho and the quizmaster.
Wait, how
at the same
common is
time.
it for someone who runs the pub quiz is someone who works there at the pub?
Oh, it's you know what? It's becoming far more common these days.
Starmer's Britain.
That's the main. That's the first thing.
This sort of thing's happening all over the fucking shop, isn't it?
You've got people working.
I
at
should
the pub
say Ed
doing
Knight
the
says that a lot, to be fair to him. Welcome to Starmer's
Yeah, well,
Britain.
he's not here, is
Yeah.
he? Yeah, Ed, we'd love to have you on the pub quiz pod. Actually, do you think Ed would like to come on with you and you guys take on the four of us take on a pub quiz pod?
Yeah, he'd love that.
Round one is general knowledge.
Right.
All right. Ed,
Yeah.
nice
Nice and simple.
Wish Ed was here. Round one, general knowledge. Ed, if you're listening, have a go at home. On the period. Do you think he'll be listening to this?
No. If he is, I would be astounded.
Question number one. On the periodic table, what is the chemical symbol for gold? Now, this is a classic question that gets you confused because it's either AU or AG. I think one is silver and one is gold, but I never know. Oh, it might be A something
I
else.
think it's AG because is AU aluminium?
Oh, maybe. In that case, I'm really screwed.
Because you'd think it would be GO.
Yeah, you do. You would hope, for most elements, it should just be the first two letters.
Yeah.
I don't know why potassium's K.
Yeah.
But you can have that if you enjoyed that. I don't know. My gut says AU, but I don't want to be I don't want to be tied to it.
All right, let's go AU. Do you have a feeling?
Yeah, am I still here? Don't interrupt your flow, fellas. You could have done it in any pub you wanted to.
Nomination's gone to his head,
Look,
hasn't
you've
it?
had your bit. We said, how are you? We've moved on.
How are you? Things are going well for you? Hey, what do you think? Don't worry. Who's that thick cunt over there?
We've done a 20-minute intro on all the intricacies of where you live, how's it going, and your nominations. Me and Jake have a little bit of back and forth as it's going, and you go, oh yeah, I'm still
What's the
fucking
answer?
here.
Why is he sitting with us?
I'm out in Siberia over here. Goom, goom, goom. Mrs. Bowman.
It's Gio. It's not. Keep him outside.
Yeah, AU final answer, lock it in.
Question number 2. How are you, by the way? All good?
I'm alright, thanks, yeah.
Question number 2. Keep that up and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Question number 2. True or false? In 1814, the Great London Beer Flood tragically occurred. A massive vat of beer burst. What is this? I know you're out of retirement, but you're sort of writing an essay here. A massive vat of beer burst. Fucking hell. You can't slag him off and then not be able to read. A massive vat of beer burst, sending a 15-foot wave through the streets, killing 8 people.
It's true, I've heard that.
You've heard that?
Is it true or false?
Yeah, it's true.
Is that it?
Yeah, it was true or false, yeah.
And it's true.
Yeah.
Well, it would be so boring if it's false, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we to make up.
Do you know what I mean? No, it didn't happen. All right, brilliant.
Well, then why have you written
But
that
also,
then?
do you know what the awful thing to do is when people do a question like this and they go false? It was actually in 1852. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The worst time.
Yeah.
That's just like nothing.
Or
That is nothing.
Actually, it killed 7 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just say true then. Obviously,
It's not.
It's got to be true.
It's
Yeah,
not.
you're right. If
Actually, it was a vat of cider.
All right, well done.
Question number 3. Which global superstar caused a seismic event? Please put brackets, literally an earthquake, during a 2023 concert.
So who?
Which global superstar caused a seismic event, literally an earthquake, during a 2023 concert?
Got to be Taylor Swift, hasn't it?
Do you think that?
I mean, that was the year she was doing all the big gigs.
But what would cause an earthquake? Is it the loudness of a gig, or is it everyone? I imagine it's getting everyone to jump up and down at the same time.
I'm with Paddy on that. It's got to be.
Is that crazy?
Enough, yeah.
But
then would it cause an
it's so crazy it might just work. It's a plan so dastardly it can only be devised by the criminally insane.
Swifties combined.
But what song are they going to jump to? Not Shake It Off, they're shaking. What is it, Bad Blood?
Chris Martin always gets people to do it.
Chris Martin.
Oh, that's true.
Ooh.
And he'd be
Coldplay.
like, let's jump up and down to save Korea or whatever.
Yeah.
North and South.
Oh, I didn't realise how much of a
This is for North and South. And they're gonna they've got their little things. Oh wow!
with the Nazi salute as well.
That wasn't a Nazi salute. This is.
I didn't realise he was such a prick, Chris Martin, until I watched his.
Is he a prick?
No, I don't think an actual prick, but
Drip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched his Glastonbury set when he headlined. What was it? Last year before?
I was there for 20 minutes of it.
And it was really the last one.
Yeah.
I saw him in
We
2016.
had half a pill that kicked in. We went. Probably want to be anywhere else in the world than a Coldplay gig. Actually.
It was so like he gave
gave
his talk of like why can't the world just be more smiles and hugs and ice creams? Like it was like
Ice
just fuck
creams.
off. He said ice cream.
You're 53.
I was like fucking hell. And then he did a bit where he brought the camera out, got the camera himself. He nicked Peter Kay's bit. He was up putting it on people in the crowd and writing little limericks for like,
Oh my God.
she's got a beautiful hat. And I would shoot anyone who said she was fat. Like it was just like hideous, like trying to be funny. Like it was like.
And what's annoying about that, he's written 3 limericks and he's thought, well, let's just plan
find
until we
someone.
find someone with a hat.
Oh,
He's not going with that on the
Yeah,
spot.
he's a
So
proper
true.
wet wipe actually.
Yeah.
Chris,
Chris Martin?
yeah, should we say Coldplay? Well, what do you reckon?
The only thing I'd say is, it says, which global superstar caused a seismic event? So if it
it's a
is...
solo artist.
Really?
Global superstar, yeah.
You've done a thing there which I've only seen a few times. I had a French teacher who did it and a guy at uni who did it. When you're very sure.
Sounds like you're about to call me a paedophile. You've just done something I've only seen a few people do.
can
French teacher
feel
at
it
school.
tickling
Okay,
my
worst
rectum.
people in the world.
When you were very sure of it, you sort of rolled your eyes and said, "It's going to be a."
No, I didn't roll my eyes like that. I didn't do that.
You said.
But what I love,
the white of her
But it's going to be a solo artist, and you sort of flickered up like that.
I'm like the guy in. I'm like the guy in June. I'm like that. I'm looking back at all the footage I've ever seen of Coldplay like that. Earthquakes around the world, and I'm combining it with the tour dates of Coldplay like that. It's not them. It's not them. That's all I was doing. I wasn't being smug. I was actually going into another sort of world. Would it be fair to say? But also, what I was going to say is that's an awesome thing that people do in pub quizzes, isn't it? That is the ultimate pub. When you really know something, you go this. You go. You know what I mean? So you go, you sort of look like a. It's actually you look thicker when you know like that. But when you just go. It's not as mine.
For the tape, Paddy is very aggressively but firmly putting his finger down on the paper. Question number 3. I think it's Coldplay, but we think it's a solo artist.
Well, it's Superstar, so it won't be. It won't
But
be
it might be Chris Martin.
No, okay, then put it.
No, but I don't know. I don't think it is.
Ed Sheeran.
I think
Ah!
that's not Ed Sheeran.
Oh,
It can't
bad
be Ed
idea.
Sheeran. No.
Whoa.
Who's fucking jumping to Ed Sheeran? I think Taylor Swift.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh,
then.
Taylor Swift. That's what we said in the first place. Could have saved 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
That's the attitude, isn't it? For a pod?
It's almost like this is pointless, really.
Do you see the answers now? We know what they are. They're on the next page.
Yeah, they're just over there, so we could.
Question number 4. Australian Olympian Rachel Gunn, aka Ray Gunn, became a viral sensation. Oh, you've done a typo there. Tom. I think if you're going to come out of retirement, proofread. That's something you've let slip there. They became a viral sensation for her performance at which event in the Paris 2024 Olympic Games? Paddy Young, what do you think?
It was breakdance.
It was breakdancing.
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to work out how he's done that typo there.
Did you do that on purpose as a
It's
pun?
not even. That's what I was thinking.
Oh, it's the producer's fault. Sorry,
Producer's
Tom.
fault. Should've
My
known.
bad.
Yeah, also, or he's part of QAnon. He's just sort of slipping that in. They think it sort of looks like, she's part
Australian Olympian Rachel Gunn.
Yeah.
It's just public humiliation that was for Rachel Gunn, wasn't it?
I genuinely felt really quite bad for her because I was like, I think I've said this before, but she like trained and you know what I mean, had a send-off party, her family, you know, as much as like the runners did and the gymnasts and the taekwondo.
She probably had a little send-off party and they were like, she hit the dance floor, shut up, saving it. I'm saving it for the games. Oh, but Rachel, do a little bit. No, come on. The worst thing you would do is if I broke my leg and couldn't perform at my best.
Yeah.
And then
little did she know that probably would have been the best thing that could have happened to her.
Could have happened to her. Yeah.
But it's so harsh, isn't it? Imagine the family watching, like so proud, like.
I did watch an 8-minute TikTok, which was like a conspiracy about how she was doing it on purpose to discredit breakdance and sort of get it removed.
Really?
Yeah, and she sort of.
Is that a legit theory?
Well, I mean, as legitimate as an 8-minute video on TikTok can be.
Very.
But I watched it and I went, it's that. So I think she did it on purpose to like make breakdance look bad.
Does it need discrediting breakdance?
She might be a racist and wants to sort of like discontinue any aspect of black culture getting into the mainstream.
I think it's because I think.
Breakdance.
Oh yeah, big time.
Well, she proved it isn't white.
Question number 5. What nut is made to make parmesan? Question number 5. What nut is used to make parmesan?
I wouldn't say it's parmesan now.
Oh my god, what has happened? I've had half a pint. Question number 5. What nut is used to make marzipan?
Almonds.
Yeah.
Whoa, what?
Straight
Who's
to
put
it.
50p in you? Where's that come from?
Is that right?
I knew that as well. Yeah, but yeah.
Did everyone know that? Am I the
Yeah.
only one that... Well, I didn't. I thought it was parmesan for a while, to be fair.
It's what is it cyanide smells like?
Is it?
Apparently so.
Wow, that's interesting.
I didn't believe that. I didn't believe
That
that,
would have been a
apparently.
better fact at the start. Right, so I think out of so that's the end of the general knowledge round.
Or is it arsenic?
How many?
Your dear friend Dan Tiernan. Would you call him a dear friend?
Yeah,
Is
definitely.
he your best friend?
He's well, the thing about Dan you have to realise is he's one of the most popular people in the entire world.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
No one's got more day ones than Dan Tiernan.
No one's
So
got
it would
dibs
almost
on
be
Dan.
embarrassing for me to say that because I feel right now the clause of I reckon 30 other people that would say he's the best person in the world. But he's a real one.
I feel embarrassed because I said to him, when you're up in Manchester, give me a shout and we'll go for a pint. That's never going to happen, is it?
It will. That's why he's got so many friends.
Oh, because he does reply. He
yeah.
does go, let's do it.
Yeah.
But don't start thinking you're his
Not
best
like
mate.
me.
No, no.
After this pod comes out, you're both getting unfollowed.
Do you want to go for a pint next week, Paddy, when you're free?
I'm not entirely sure you were following me anyway. So maybe hit the button.
I got followed after I sent the message.
Yeah, I love your stuff.
Yeah, I just thought I'm big fans of Used To. That is your name, isn't it? Used To. How are you, fellas? So look,
Yeah.
Dan Tiernan, your dear friend,
Yeah.
right? He started a club. He joined the 5 out of 5 club. So in a round, he was able to be part of the team where we got 5 out of 5. Now, we've not come close apart from, I think, looking at this, periodic table, if it is AU, that means the rest we're pretty sure on.
Taylor Swift, though.
Taylor Swift's the one.
Taylor Swift.
We know Almonds, we know breakdancing, and we know the Great Flood's true, unless he's done a thing of, actually, we keep lying people.
Yeah. It's gold and
gold
and Taylor Swift, isn't it?
Should we do the answers?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Question number 1. On the periodic table, what is the chemical symbol for gold? We said AU. I was a bit unsure. It's AU.
Brilliant.
Question number 2. And do you know what? Just to go quickly, I won't dwell on it. Big apologies for leaving you out of the discussion on that, number 1, mate.
I've forgotten it.
I haven't.
A few more of these, I've forgotten the rest of it.
Question number 2. True or false? In 1814, the Great London beer flood, blah, 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 blah. Was it true? It was true.
Nice.
Question number 3. This is the one which could be the difference between making it a 5 out of 5 or not. Which global superstar caused a earthquake at a 2023 concert? We thought it could be Coldplay. We thought it could be Chris Martin. We thought for a minute it could be Ed Sheeran.
Well, I just want to go on record and say I jumped straight and I said Taylor Swift.
And it was.
Because I think I'd heard that. But it was very much like, no, you need
did?
to jump,
No,
you
you
need to
pushed
jump,
it,
you
you
need
pushed
to
it.
jump, you need to jump.
It was Taylor Swift.
Oh, that's lovely, fellas.
That's really lovely.
Yeah,
That feels good, doesn't it? I
feels
feel like
very
a
good.
warm little
So
sensation.
this is looking good then.
We're
This
on
is
the
looking
home
really
run
good.
here. Yeah.
All we need is, well, I think I don't know. Let's not speak too soon. Question number 4. The Rachel Gunn, Ray Gunn. She was, of course, a break dancer. It was break dancing.
Love that.
Question number 5. For marzipan for the 5.
We know this. It is this.
It is made out of almonds. We joined the 5 out of 5 club.
Yay.
Just give you a high five there.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
Bloody hell.
There we go.
How did you do with the rest of the quiz?
Huh?
With Tin and
Terribly.
Yeah, okay, good.
Terribly. Oh no, his 5 out of 5 was very bizarre.
Because he just got it. He was, there.
He was sort of getting quite aggressive with it, actually.
It was the last round,
Moving
wasn't it?
people out of the way.
Yeah.
Well, he's an idiot savant.
He's a what?
Like you know, like a savant, that old term.
No.
Yeah, for like they're like people that were like chess grandmasters who like couldn't tie their laces or whatever.
Oh,
that is down all
right.
over.
I
Anyway.
actually think you're quite an intelligent guy.
Actually.
Yeah, hang on a minute. No one was doubting it.
Actually.
No one was doubting it.
but you're
Why do you mean told you're actually an intelligent guy? You're actually a nice bloke. Actually, sorry.
Yeah, it was bad phrasing.
You might be a Stonehenge. You don't.
It was actually when I got close to it, it was nicer than I thought.
So round 2 is titled 3 is the magic number. I think you probably should have put that as round 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
dear Tom. Retirement hasn't treated you well, has it?
And
It actually was round 3. I dropped
Oh, it's the producer again. The
fucking
producer
idiot.
is getting pelters. Tom, I'm so sorry. Do you know what? Everything that's wrong about this quiz is to do with our producer, not to do with you. You're a lovely man. You're a lovely man.
I'll put this on record. You can keep this in. He's holding you back.
I don't want that kept in.
he's not, in fairness, he's not normally on his own. The other one couldn't make it.
Yeah.
As soon as we find a bit
she's
of
lovely.
as soon as we find a fault in you, the producers undermine it. Question 1: British comedy legends Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. It could have been Paddy Young and Ed Knight.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
That's what I should have said if I
Really,
thought
really,
of that
really could have
before saying.
Comedy legends.
British comedy legends Simon Pegg and Nick Frost have famously worked together on a trifecta. I've never heard of that.
Trifecta.
have you?
Three, yeah.
Of films affectionately known as fans as the Cornetto trilogy. Can you name the 3 films that belong to it? You receive half a point for 2 correct answers and 1 point for all 3.
Well, I thought it was going to be what's the name of it, and I would have known that.
Yeah, you would have known that.
And would you have known that?
I would have known that.
Yeah.
You know what? I think that would have been a better question. 'Cause
Yeah,
I think
much better question.
I think
Yeah.
the 3
'Cause then you
films
feel-
are quite easy to name.
What my friend Sam used to run the pub quiz with. He taught me how to write the questions because I was rubbish at them. And what I basically learned through sheer attrition is the best questions obviously are always ones where people just feel good when they get it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when they don't get it, are interested.
Yeah.
So whenever an answer is a date, you're like, oh, I don't know that.
There's nothing fun or
And if you
interesting
don't-
about guessing a number.
And then if you
Yeah.
get exactly. And with this one, it's like,
Yeah.
make it the Cornetto.
Yeah, 'cause that'd be great.
Obviously, we know we're into comedy. So
They've got
it's-
their 3
yeah,
films, that, and that. What is
And Shaun of the Dead.
What are they known as? What's the trilogy of it known as by fans?
Shaun of
Should
the
we,
Dead,
should, we,
Hot-
should, we, should we make sure we should name them before we
Yeah,
keep
yeah,
slagging it off?
true.
Yeah,
Shaun of
we-
the Dead, Shaun of the Dead,
Hot
Shaun of the Dead,
Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz, and then the other one.
And then
World's End.
Was it World's End? Yeah.
World's End.
World's End. Sorry, Paddy, you were going to get there.
No, yeah.
Yeah, that is a shame, Tom. You've let yourself down there a bit, mate.
Although some people, maybe it's a bit of a trick because some people put Paul in there, don't they?
Do they?
I think so, but they don't realise it's American because that
That's
was the two of
true.
them, but it was
Yeah,
American.
because they're both in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but it was American, so it doesn't actually count as the part of it. So some people
Who was lesbian vampire killers?
That was James Corden and Matt Horn. I don't know if they wrote it.
Do you see you and Ed as the new Peg and Frost, or Horn and Corden?
Well, let's just say that half of that question offended me. Yeah. Well, this is the thing. It's like, you do look back at these times when people were making feature films. They made feature films.
Yeah.
We've done, a couple of dozen Instagram reels.
Yeah, but it's hard.
So probably Simon Pegg and Nick Frost.
It's harder now, though. Question 2. In tennis, the big three consisted of Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, and Novak Djokovic.
Well, he's given us the answer.
Great.
Thanks very much, Tom. I was worried. I was like, oh, fucking hell, I don't know who the third one's going to be, and he's nailed it.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
As of writing, how many Grand Slam single titles have they collectively won?
It's numbers and
Nothing
it's sport.
fun about naming a number. What is the? This is not.
Also, as of writing, although we did write this specifically for us, didn't he?
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's not like he's taken this from his retirement catalogue.
No.
Oh, you mean it's like, that'd be a
it's not
shame.
like, But
So what are our
we've
options?
got some multiple choice. So is it 66, 70 or 75?
I don't know.
Nothing.
I don't know.
Fun
I've got
about
nothing
it.
to go on. To...
It's just name a number, innit? Anyway,
Yeah.
we can't work it out.
Go for the middle one.
70, yeah.
Fine. Question 3.
On a traditional UK Monopoly board, you can find famous streets such as Piccadilly, Pall Mall, and Trafalgar Square.
He loves giving 3, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He does.
That's the
it's
magic
three.
number.
Magic number. Yeah.
And that's why you're there and we're here.
Who's that? Who's where? He's there.
That's
He's
Tom.
there. Yeah.
That's
Tom.
Tom.
Good to see you, mate.
That's Tom giggling. Well, I was about to say at home, but yeah, he's clearly without a abode.
But what are the 3 streets that complete the green set of property tiles? In brackets, the set before Mayfair and Park Lane.
Okay.
Giving us that as well.
Right.
Regent Street in it, or is it Regent?
Yeah, I think that's one. Yeah, Regents. I'll take that.
I think Bond, or is Bond Red? Bond Red, maybe.
Sure. I think.
Maybe it's Bond. Yeah,
I think you've got it. I think it's Regent, Bond, and Oxford.
and Oxford. Yeah, it is that.
And I think it's that. And they're all next to each other as well, aren't they? How long have you lived in London, Paddy?
And I've lived here for 6 years, and now I live not far from the first square. I live just off the first square.
Yeah, Old Kent Road. We live quite close to each other.
Where do you live?
We'll get a beer next week.
Yeah. You know,
Telling you that. Yeah.
you're telling me that.
Busy guy. We'll get a beer next week.
We'll get a beer next week.
Yeah.
Just
at,
very-
least,
yeah.
at least I asked
He's
Dan
on-
Tiernan.
he's
At
blocked
least
my
I said to Dan
number.
Tiernan and let me know. You've just gone, we're getting a beer next week.
Let me know what you want when we get that beer next
I don't
week.
do that yet, but I'll get a flat. What do you put you near? I'll move in. It sounds like a nice area.
We
if
do a
you're
show
there.
together, so actually.
Where on Old Kent Road are you?
I'm not in Old Kent Road. I'm between Deptford and Greenwich.
Nice. I like it down there.
Looks like that date's in the diary then.
Yeah, I'd love it. I'd love it, fellas.
Question 4. In the book, The Very Hungry Caterpillar,
Yeah.
on Monday he ate through 1 apple. On Tuesday he ate through 2 pears. On Wednesday he ate through 3 what?
I was going to say it'd be 3 something.
Apples, pears.
Oranges?
Yeah.
I'm happy to go with oranges. It's quite. I mean, I don't know.
It's one of the big ones, isn't it?
I've not read that book for quite a while.
No. Yeah, it's got oranges. Question 5. 3 of Santa's reindeer's names begin with D. What are they? Again, half a point for 2 and a point for all 3.
Donna?
Donna's definitely one. Dasher.
Dasher. Lovely.
Dasher.
Donna.
Donna, Dasher.
Donna, Dasher. This does happen with this show, which is just 3 blokes thinking
Yeah.
silently sometimes.
Yeah.
Dancer.
I was going to say Dancer.
Brilliant.
Is that one?
Dancer.
Brilliant.
So,
That was that. We all got one, and that's lovely.
yeah.
That's
And
lovely.
and
For
that's
us.
that is what a pub quiz question should do.
yeah.
We all 3 felt good there.
Yeah.
And we all supported each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel really good about us as a team. I
Yeah.
feel brilliant about Tom's work on that. I think his first round he gave us was lovely. I think this feels a little bit
Bit of a mixed bag.
self-indulgent. I mean, every
But-
question was minimum 2 sentences.
Can I just say though, we obviously got 5 out of 5 in the first round. That was huge. You've had a 5 out of 5er. It's never happened before, but we've had 2 5 out of 5s in the same quiz.
You think it's going to happen?
But here, I'll say this. Number 2 with the sports.
Multiple choice. Yeah.
And also I don't know, would they make it the middle one, or do they make you say, like, that's the
Yeah,
one that's
there's
just
3
annoying,
options.
because
Yeah.
there's nothing to gain or lose from that.
Yeah,
It's
but you've
just
got
annoying.
1 in 3 there. The one for me is oranges on the Hungry Caterpillar. That was just a bit of a punt on it. But should we have a look?
Yes, have a
It's
look.
50-50. It's 1 in 3.
Either way, I think we got 3 there. So the Cornetto trilogy, Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. Is Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End. So we got that. That's 1 point. In tennis, the big three, did they get 66 titles, 70 or 75? We went down the middle, it was 66.
Oh, for God's sakes, Tom!
Question number 3, what did we say for the Monopoly streets? We said Regent, Bond and Oxford.
Paddy was very quick on this.
Yeah.
You play a lot on Monopoly?
I used to. I mean, it's an awful game.
Yeah.
When you've
You
got
used to play a lot?
yeah.
When you've got what, sorry?
Well, now they're fashionable, so there's loads of new cool ones. But when you're a kid, there's only like 4 in the house, so you play, and everyone can play it. But yeah, it's a despicable.
They do
game.
one of every city now, don't they?
Yeah, I remember my friend had the chocolate one, and he.
What's the chocolate
It was
one?
the whole thing was edible. The board was what do they call that? Rice paper,
Yeah.
and the pieces were chocolate, and he ate the pieces before he ever played it. Isn't that crazy?
Was it Dan Tiernan?
He got given it, he opened it up, and then he just ate the pieces.
And never played the game?
Never played it.
Is that Dan Tiernan?
No, he did it, but it was made out of poo.
But anyway, you got it bang on. You slag off the game, you know it well. The very hungry caterpillar ate 3 plums.
Plums.
We're not going to get
Bullshit, that isn't knowledge, I'm sorry.
That's not knowledge.
And then the 3 Santa's reindeers beginning with D: Donna, Dancer, Dasher.
Knowledge,
Yeah.
that's knowledge.
So that is a 3 out of 5
Shame.
at the end of the second round.
Probably how I'd rate his quiz writing as well. About 3 out of 5. on that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he did it, maybe it's like, sort of meta.
Yeah. Not bad though, if we get a good, strong final round.
Now I'm sensing an interview segment Paddy Young coming up.
Okay.
Paddy, let's take a break from the quizzing, I think, because we're doing so well. Did you like that segment? Is that good?
That was really good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Firstly, how are you?
I'm really. How am I? Yeah, I'm all right. Thank you.
I'm very impressed that you were able to find the time to do this, because you are at Soho Theatre every night the week of the recording this, right?
Yeah.
How's it been going?
It's been really good. Yeah. I've really enjoyed it.
First of all, tell us about the tour. I mean, people talk about the shows being about stuff. Is yours about something?
It's sort of about love and like having a car. Do you remember did you ever have a car when you were young?
No.
No.
When I was a teenager, I got a car, and I just remember thinking it was going to change things for me.
Yes, I remember a lot of friends when they got the cars. It was like this is it. This is a big turning point now.
So a lot of it is about like love and yearning, but in like a really pathetic teenage way. But really, it's not really about that. It's just the funniest things that I can think of with a loose. God, I can talk my way out of making anything sound good. Ask me to describe an amazing show. Sopranos about, well, he's a guy, he's a dad, and he's a gangster as well, but he's sad. You know what I mean? You're like, that sounds shit. I couldn't promote
What's
anything.
Game of Thrones, Paddy?
Well, it's like there's a little one and a big one, and there's dragons not in it a lot, and she's the good queen of the dragons, but she becomes bad. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, that sounds rubbish. I could. If there was a way to hire someone to promote things, they're like, this can't sell. I'd be like, yeah, let me do it. I made it sound shit. You remember car, fellas?
I've seen people sharing content about your show non-stop, and people have been absolutely loving it.
It's been really fun.
Yeah,
is
this Soho run the culmination of taking it around the country?
Yeah, taking it around the country, and then at some point I'll film that, and I might do a tour extension actually in the autumn. So yeah, I might.
So
do
come
it
to
again.
that, please.
Yeah, so come to that. Yeah.
What are you like on the road? Is it something you enjoy?
Miserable.
Really?
Yeah, being on the well, the thing
You
is,
seem just like happy in most situations.
Do I?
I've only
That's
for about
crazy that you-
2 hours.
do you
but
think that?
What, but you're happy
Be
in
honest.
those situations?
I know we've only known each other half an hour, but do you look at me and think you're happy in most situations?
Not with the same enthusiasm Jake said that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I'm not.
But hang on, you still think it a little bit?
Yeah.
Well,
Pick a
I
side,
don't want to
Liam.
say no.
He's going to leave in a minute. You'll be left with me.
I tell you what it is. I love going. I don't like going through all these things on my own.
Yeah.
So it's like I went interrailing when I was my early 20s.
Yeah.
And then my friend left because he had to go back to work, and I decided to stay on my own. And as soon as I was on my own, I was just like, wherever I was like, I just struggled.
Right.
And I find the same with the tour. Is no matter how good the shows are, getting into whatever city at 4 p.m. and roaming about and looking at shops and just not, you're living this half life. If I had someone who came with me and I could go through it all with them.
Do you have a support actor?
I often have
You know,
support.
you-
So Ed did a lot with me.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'll just get someone local. But yeah, I really love the shows. But I do find sort of being in several, city centres in a week.
Yeah.
I mean, what's it going to be like when you go to Melbourne? Because you're doing the comedy festival out there, right?
But that'll be fun because I'll just be there for a whole month and I just have to do like one thing a day, and you get to hang out. That sounds like.
Have you done Australia before?
Never been. Have you been?
No way.
I'm
I'm scared.
excited.
Mate,
I'm scared
that's
of
so
flying.
cool though to be going in touring over in Australia. When is that? When is
That's
the
next
Melbourne
week.
in-
So again, this is how thick I am. I'm going there to Melbourne for a month, and then I'm coming back to London for 2 weeks, and then I'm going to Sydney for a month.
Well, I'll tell you what we do
One
have.
month
We have
coming
a
back, was
lot.
No.
We do have about. We've got about 23 Australian listeners. We do have that. We see it on our
do you?
analytics. We've got.
I think it's more than that.
Yeah, no, we've got.
That's nearly half your UK listeners.
It's double, weirdly. We've got.
We do have quite a few Australian
Yeah, we've got a
listeners.
few Australian
Yeah.
listeners, and they'll be very excited to see.
Oh well, Melbourne and Sydney, I'll be there.
Annoyingly, they're in Perth. Don't know what to do about that.
Get a
Shit.
flight, fellas.
We talked a little bit about you and Ed Knight, your videos and stuff. They
Yeah.
have taken off. When did you guys first decide? Oh, let's just make some sketches. Was it just? I imagine it wasn't like a planned out thing. It was just like let's have a crack, see what happens.
Well, weirdly, he wasn't sort of. I didn't know him personally.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we didn't come up
I
together.
thought he was your best friend.
Well, so this is the thing. We only met really a few 3 years ago, I think. But basically, I was at the Fringe, and I met him and his girlfriend Liv, and we just got on really well. And then we only just we spoke for like half an hour, and then weirdly, my little sister went to a gig, and someone asked, "Oh, does anyone have TikTok?" And she said, "Yeah." And she thought that everyone was going to answer. It was just her. And they said, "Oh, why do you have it?" She said, "Oh, because my brother's a comedian." And they said, "Who is it?" And she went, "Oh, Paddy Young." And then Ed was at the gig, and then he came out and he said, "I've just been chatting to your brother," because we just added each other on Instagram. We were just texting a bit. And then we thought, well, that feels kind of special. Yeah. And then we met, and then when we met, we had this grand idea that we were going to make what did we think we were going to make? Oh, we set up like an account where we set up like Gumtree and Craigslist accounts where we replied to like awful ads for like awful flats or like really creepy guys. And immediately we were like, this feels wrong. And then we made a 30-second sketch and that went better. And we thought maybe we should keep doing that. But we became very close very quickly, Ed and I. It's a weird thing though in comedy because it's very standalone.
Yeah.
It's a very standalone thing. You're toying around on your own, you're doing your own thing. But there is a sort of collective of us that now and again we get to do fun stuff together.
And was stand-up always your early passion with comedy? Was that the sort of in...
I was always obsessed with it. I always wanted to do it. But I did a lot of theatre when I was younger, and I trained as an actor. But I always sort of was bored by a lot of it and not good at a lot of it. So I always wanted to do stand-up, but sort of had no idea how to get into it. And then as soon as I started it, it's like, yeah, this is...
Will people be able to see you in Edinburgh this year?
I don't think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to have this will be my first summer off doing it.
How many years in a row have you done?
Well, I did an hour last year and an hour the year before. But then before that, Dan and I, we were doing shows together for 3 people. We did a show that in a room that didn't have power for 2 days. There was like a power cut.
What, so you just shouting instead of
yeah,
microphone?
just shouting in the dark, which I think was helpful for Dan.
Well, if you're in Australia, go and see Paddy.
Oh, watch my special's out.
Watch the special, which is out, which you can see.
It's called Hungry, Horny, Scared. I think it'll be straight on YouTube by the time this is out, actually.
Lovely stuff.
Well, you'll put a link in the thing because you're a mate.
Of course we will.
Big time. Yeah.
Now that me and you go to the pub together.
We're going for that beer, aren't we? And then also, there may be a tour extension in the autumn. So
Maybe,
keep your eyes
but
peeled for
actually
that.
probably not. But who knows?
Yeah. Or if you're in sort of Deptford, Greenwich area, I think we'll probably start doing it on Thursdays.
I reckon so.
Yeah. There's a couple of pubs there. Just DM me or him, and we'll be sort of in a boozer on a
Come
Thursday.
down.
Yeah. Come down. Tom, come down. Get out of retirement.
Get those boots on, toes poking right through. Get all your possessions on the back of a little, what do they call that thing that Tom and his mates
Cover
have?
Bovril for the train down. Love to see my friends. Round 3, the final round of the quiz. Paddy, we've had, I would say, a quiz of 2 halves so far. Mm-hmm. What did we get, Liam, for rounds 1 and 2?
5 on the first, which was the big banger, and then 3 on the second. So I think we can get at least 2 on this one. Take us into
not-
double
yeah,
figures.
it's
What's the
Yeah.
most points that you've got in this?
Oh God, Connor, you'd know, wouldn't you? No, we don't. We should make a.
I don't
list of
think
those
we've
things.
ever had any more than like an 11 or 12.
Yeah, if we can get over 12,
So
you're the
we've
winner.
got
of-
8.
Yeah. So you need 4 on this, which is so doable.
Yeah.
With your quizzing prowess.
I doubt we've ever had any more than 11.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean as much when you just say I doubt, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Guinness don't do that. Probably the longest fingernails ever. Probably. They look fucking long.
Stonehenge
The last,
smaller
one's
than I
felt, the last
thought.
one's felt shorter.
Just do it if you want. You don't have to. Right, so this final round is called the Weird and the Wonderful. Sound like a round you could get your
Sounds
teeth
fun,
into?
yeah.
Sounds good. Question number 1. Which animal has fingertips so similar to these fingertips are so similar to humans that they could have confused... Oh, wow, that they have confused crime scene investigators. Fingertips that are so similar to humans that they have confused crime scene investigators. Guys, I think I know the answer to this.
Go on.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's koala bears.
Wow.
Is it?
I don't know where that's come from.
Yeah,
Because
let's
what
go
they
with
want to
that.
send you down is ape. Surely they want you
they
to
want
think.
to,
They want you
yeah.
to think monkey.
They want us to go ape. They
yeah,
really do.
they'd love us to go ape. I love that.
Have you done go ape?
Is the one in Deptford?
I'd like to do that after we get that point and we send Tom back off.
So let's do koala bear.
I think it's koala bear.
Let's do it.
I think it's koala bear. Question number 2. Which organ can regenerate itself even after over 75% of it has been removed?
I've heard that. So I've heard that fact so many times,
I've heard
and
that
I've already
as well.
forgotten it.
Liver?
You can
That's.
Do you think it is?
That really rings a bell, Liam?
Really?
Yeah.
Do you reckon?
Really, really does. Yeah. I think it can regenerate.
The liver's quite robust.
Yeah.
Should we go with it?
Let's do it. What else could it be? It can't. It's not the eyes.
Lung? No, it couldn't be.
It's not the lungs. It's not the. It's
Kidney would be the only one I would
Yeah.
think.
kidney could.
It's liver or kidney, I'd
Yeah.
say. But yeah, let's go liver.
Yeah.
Why not?
Up until 2021, question number 3. Up until 2021, what country had a city who had an official wizard on their payroll? This is a silly question, isn't it?
It is,
This
but
is silly.
maybe there's a bit of logic there.
Which
I don't know. It'll either be something completely random.
There's a country which has a city who had an official. And do you know what, Tom? I'm annoyed because we were looking to get like another 5 out of 5, and I feel like you robbed it from us.
Yeah.
An official wizard on. I don't fucking know.
Who do you think are the like magical countries in Europe? What?
You know what? I think
Would it be a Scandinavian
Ireland,
country?
Ireland, Scotland, or Wales. I could see either of them sort of
Do you?
potentially.
I think it's not. I think it's not.
You think it's well out of that?
English bloke just saying. Ireland, Scotland, and Wales. They're the sorts of people to do that, aren't they? Stick a wizard on a city council, unless it's linked to a place which has a very famous fictional wizard.
Yeah. I'm thinking there must be something to
somewhere that's like still rooted in like a pagan thing.
There must be something
I have no idea, and that's annoyed me.
Yeah,
It's annoying.
annoyed me as well.
because you either know that or you don't. It feels like there's nothing in the question to sort of try and dissect.
There's
To
no
go,
other clues, is there?
yeah,
Belgium.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, honestly, yeah.
Fuck it.
Let's go. Let's do it. We get to round 3, and the term "fuck it" does come up quite a lot.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I've had a couple of these.
That's where they get you.
Question number 4. In what European country is it illegal to own just one guinea pig?
again, this is just
Annoying.
I think I know it.
Do you?
I think that in Switzerland, it's illegal to have one pet because they feel that they get lonely.
Oh really?
However, they do make it legal to just kill yourself as well.
Yeah.
Let's maybe not get into the whole euthanasia debate.
Yeah, I'm happy
Okay.
to.
Well,
I'm
maybe-
happy to.
well, maybe they're
He's-
linked.
Paddy said he's got time.
Maybe they're linked.
Maybe they're linked. Yeah, maybe they're
Yeah.
linked.
Because it will
Although-
cost the government money because the guinea pig will kill itself.
Okay, let's
do Switzerland.
Also, the fact, just talking about clues, says which European country is it illegal to? The previous question it just says what country.
I know.
So does that make us think it's maybe not in Europe?
Oh, that he's
Oh.
not.
Yeah,
he's
the fact
admitted European.
he's not.
Oh, I thought it was Europe.
European in.
Oh.
I
What
might-
country
I might
had
be-
a wizard?
You know what I mean? It's odd to put European for this for question 4, but they're not 3.
Is it? Could it be out in New Zealand because they still can't go
I was
over
thinking
the
Lord
fact
of the
they did
Rings.
Lord of the Rings. Yeah. Still
Yeah,
banging
of
on
course
about
it
Lord
would be.
the
Of course
Rings.
it would be. That's the logic in it. Yeah. Guarantee it's you. It's
Let's
New
do that,
Zealand.
yeah.
Yeah.
Guarantee. You're guaranteed.
Mate,
that.
I
it?
genuinely.
It's a Liam Shaw guarantee.
I was thinking it's a Liam Shaw guarantee, and
They don't mean anything. They're doing
no,
Liam Shaw
not anymore.
guarantees.
no, I genuinely. I think that's the logic of it. The wizard thing. It would
I'm
be
glad
New
you
Zealand.
called us up to go back to that.
Yeah,
Mate.
I
That's
think it's
lovely.
New
That
That
Zealand.
was good
That's
project
lovely.
management by you.
Question 5.
Joey Chestnut holds the record for most amount of hot dogs eaten in 10 minutes. How many did he eat? Anyone remember the tennis question? This stinks of the tennis question. This.
So in 10 minutes, did he eat 64, 83, or 97? So
what's the breakdown in seconds?
Yeah, what is the breakdown?
Well, all right. Can you mentally time me how long it takes me to do the hot dog? Done. What's that?
So,
What was that?
So it's just the dog. It's not just the glizzy itself. It's not the bread?
It's oh man. Maybe
Oh,
then it
that's
would have.
true. Yeah, but it's in the bread.
If it's in the bread, then that's a. And then they do that thing where they dunk it in water, and then they go.
Well, let's time
then
Paddy.
it's,
You
bit
do that, and
rude,
we'll
yeah.
sort of time you mentally. 3, 2, 1. I think.
How long's that?
8.
I think you ate it in 2. You ate it in 2, but then you sort of
Yeah, but he's
held
got.
on.
Yeah, but that's
Didn't
maybe
realise
around
he had
hot
X-ray.
dog.
Didn't realise he had X-ray vision.
I think maybe around hot dog 50 you're sort of getting it. I mean, my feeling was 97.
Yeah, let's do it. And then-
But can a human body take 97 hot dogs?
Oh,
in
a
20 minutes?
human body can take more hot dogs than you think.
And also, it's one of those questions.
don't wink at me.
The best case scenario for this question is that everyone goes, "Wow, it was 97."
Yeah.
What would be shit to be like? Yeah, it was just the lowest number. Oh, I guess that is less impressive than the other number.
But-
you know what I mean?
But it
It
was
should be the most. You go, really, 97.
It was-
the
it
other
was
two,
the
then
lowest
it is
number.
even worse.
It was the lowest number of the tennis one.
No,
So he wouldn't have done it
this.
again. It'd be highest on this. It'd be highest on
Should we
this.
do high?
97.
Yeah.
He's gone low. He's gone high. And do you know what, Tom? I hate the fact that you forced us to go into the psychology of your mind. It's not a mind I want to be poking around in, to be honest with you.
No,
but
it's,
that's what
it's more of a pub manager quiz.
All right, we've got with 97. Let's find out the
So
answers.
we just need 2 to bring us into double figures.
That's it. Raise those stakes.
Okay,
Find
so-
some reason why this means something.
Which animal has fingertips so similar to a human that they have confused crime scene investigators? Jake, you knew it. Koalas, you were right.
That's lovely. How
That
did
is-
you know that?
Yeah, where did you hear that?
I think I saw it on a very long TikTok video
Right.
about, and it was that woman. She's in a lot of them, and she's like, things about koala bears you will not realise, and she does loads of videos like that.
I think that's AI, mate.
Fine, okay, sure.
She sounds gorgeous.
Which organ can regenerate itself even after losing 75%? Even after over 75% of it's been removed? So it's definitely less than 80% in it, else you'd say over 80%. That's
Yeah.
76%. It was for liver anyway.
Lovely.
We got that.
We got that with a small sort of like divulgence into percentages.
Yeah.
You know? I thought you got stuck for a second.
Yeah, no, but it says even when over 75% of it. I just think we'll just say the percentage then.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
He's so boring. He's made us boring.
Me.
Yeah,
Tom.
that was so boring, and I was annoyed with him.
It was boring.
It's like a
wasn't it?
plague. Really
It was
boring, but not your
It
fault.
was boring.
He did this.
It's not your fault. It's not
He's
your
meant,
anyone would have been
he's
doing
meant
that
to be jumping off points, and instead they're just closing us down.
Closing down points.
Paddy, come on the pod. Come on the pod. There'll be loads of jumping off points.
Up till 2021, which country had an official wizard on their payroll? Now, this was the one we initially said Belgium because we
Yeah.
were like, what the fuck?
It was your bloody good thing to say.
Then I said,
guys,
hang
wait.
on. He said European in the next country. Let's go
Yeah.
back. I think it won't be a European country. Then Jake had the brainwave, Lord of the Rings, New
Yeah.
Zealand. It was bang on, it's New Zealand.
Oh, that's fantastic.
This is why we should really, when we get to round 3, let's stop saying fuck it.
Yeah.
If we just keep
Actually,
hold on in
yeah.
there, we might be able to get.
He's
double
given
digits more
a
often.
little bit more information. Ian Brackenbury Chanel was 88. So it looks like they stopped because he died. He was he was paid 16,000 New Zealand dollars a year, which is equivalent of £8,200, to provide acts of wizardry and promote the city. They're a bunch of bureaucrats who have no imagination, he told a New Zealand news website.
He had a dodgy hard drive, didn't he?
Yeah, he's there, Jimmy Savile.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he really is, and there's just Pub Quiz Pod exclusive. There's a lot more to come out about that.
Yeah,
there's a
well,
lot more.
They weren't hobbits.
In which European country is it still illegal to own? Is it still?
Still
Sorry.
not illegal to do that.
I mean, but man, what do you know?
But Man on Moon is still illegal to him. You know.
Garlic.
We said Switzerland. It is Switzerland.
Fuck, this is
So
alright.
This is all right.
Tom, this is a
really good.
brilliant pub quiz,
So
by the
this
way.
is now this would be.
So we got into double digits. We're on 12.
We're in
We're on
12.
12 total.
13 would definitely be a high score, and it's
This could
the
be another
first
5 out
time
of
ever
5.
there's been 5 out of 5. So Joey Chestnut, how many hot dogs did he eat in 10 minutes? Was it 64, 83, or 97?
Got to be the lowest one. No, highest
The
one.
highest. He's done us fucking dirty.
What's he done?
He's gone down the middle.
Oh, Tom!
He's only put the penalty down the middle.
That's so
We've got
rubbish.
to
The
the
last
left.
question as well.
Last
That was the last
question.
question.
Yeah.
It's
I thought
really
you'd been
rubbish.
robbed out of starting a new club of double 5 out of 5s. I'm so sorry, Paddy.
It's alright.
On his behalf.
So overall, that puts us on a
Cracking
final
round,
score.
though. Cracking round.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
good
Good
round.
fun.
Very good round. 12 out of 15, which is a very respectable score.
Yeah, really happy with that.
respectable
You're definitely in the top tier.
Well, you fellas did most of that heavy lifting. I
No
think, and
way,
that
brother.
one,
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was good, fellas. That was really good.
To round off, we like to just do a little bit of a review of the quiz. Jake, you've got the criteria, haven't you?
I do, yeah. So out of 10, Paddy, we'd like some thoughts on Tom's quiz. So first up, playability. Out of 10, where would you score Tom and his efforts?
6. It's 6. The whole thing, whatever your other categories are, it's all going to be 6. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. The 3's one. 2 things with a 3 and it's a number, and it's just it's that number. Oh, it's that. That is the worst thing about pub quizzes. You this, that, is that? It's quality, don't they? Oh, it's just the middle number. Oh, was it? That's worth the same. Shit.
He's had such intricate responses to every question, and that one was just like 6. Next.
Yeah, it was 6.
All right, I wonder where this is going to go. In terms of range of questions.
6.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. And then finally, and this does bring in the whole experience of the 3 of us being here together today, as well as Tom's quiz. General good vibes out of 10 of the whole quiz experience.
10. It's been great. I've had a good time.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been nice.
Paddy Young.
Yeah.
Paddy, thank you so much for doing the quiz.
Thanks for having me, fellas.
We'd like to get you onto quiz again if you want to come with Ed.
Absolutely. Get another master.
Massive thank you to our retired quizmaster Tom.
And if you want to check out a quiz he is associated with, not his quiz, one he's associated.
Oh, they'll be chomping at the bit. Probably more clicks on that than my special.
I hope you check that they're happy to have their name attached to this. Then head to the Rickety Press in Oxfordshire. Their quiz runs every other Tuesday at 7:30. And a massive thank you to Paddy Young for joining our quiz team today.
Thanks for having me, fellas.
Cheers, mate.